everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of the Comic Shop Adventures, my weekly excursion where I leave the homestead here at Athletic Geek HQ in search of my bounty of comics, graphic novels, action figures, collectibles, and all things in between. First thing is first, time to talk about what stood out from last week's pull list, and Justice League was really good. I kind of expressed my concern, that Robert Venditti, he is Green Lantern run really, kicks some major ass, but, kind of his Hawkman has been kind of hit and miss with me, but I gotta give him credit. This was just a very, very well-told story. It's rubbed some people the wrong way, but I feel like kind of the reasons that some people are being rubbed the wrong way on this are kind of asinine, but that's neither here nor there. Left in a good cliffhanger for me to be excited about Justice League, and I didn't know if I'd really be as excited about Justice League after Scott Snyder has taken a break, for all intents and purposes, on the book. Batman was really good. I kind of like the direction they're going in with the Batman book. Deadpool. I really like Deadpool with the fact that it was, he's fighting Kraven, but there's like this card game sort of thing going on with it, so just really, really fun, really, really cool. Kelly Thompson, she knows how to write her mutants, man. She knows Deadpool, she knows Rogue, she knows Gambit. She's I'd have her write every title with a mutant on it if I had it my way, but that's you can't really spread yourself too thin, as I've been kind of saying about Brian Michael Bendis, but and even Legion was okay. Since I mentioned Bendis, was never really big into Legion of superheroes, but I'm kind of getting a little bit more into it. I feel like this is a good book by Bendis. It's just not a bad book. It's not one of my favorites, but this last one has got me more and more interested to see to read that book going forward. So. Yeah, that is everything. I will see you when I get back here to the homestead with this week's bounty. Hey everyone, I am back here at the homestead, right here at Athletic Geek HQ. Got a moderate bounty this week, especially compared to the last couple weeks, so let's just jump right into it. The first book here on the list is Avengers number 31. It says The Last Temptation of Tony Stark Iron Man. I was reading that instead, so my bad on that one. I'm kind of the cover and everything else has me really intrigued for this one. I know Avengers, I like the Ghost Rider arc, but then it kind of fell off, in my opinion, fell off a little bit after that. Not that it was bad, just fell off. So this might be enough to get me, get my interest reinvigorated with the Avengers right now. So we'll definitely see how this book turns out. I'm looking forward to it. Avengers number 31. From there, we have a book that I didn't originally plan on getting, but they still had some left on the shelf, and I thought, why not? I like both characters. We have Falcon and Winter Soldier number 1. I like both characters. So why not? Why not? See where the story goes, see if it's something that I'd be interested in, and if not, if you're a wrestling fan, I'll put it in the bin for the wrestling giveaways where I give away comic books. So, either way, either I get a new book to get attached to, or you guys might get a free number 1 issue somewhere from Marvel. Can't really say much about it because I honestly didn't plan on buying this book today. I don't, I did the no disrespect intended to this writer, but it says Landy. I've never heard of this individual, never read any of their work. So I don't really have a preconceived notion of anything going into this other than I like Falcon and I like the Winter Soldier. So maybe, that's a good thing. Going into this with a fresh set of, clean slate, fresh set of eyes, and we'll see. Falcon, Winter Soldier, number 1. And to round out the Marvel portion of this bounty, we have X-Men number 7. They're breaking through a stained glass window with with Nightcrawler on it, and I hope nothing bad happens to Kurt in this one. Yeah, that's a badass cover right there with Apocalypse and just oh, don't do anything to hurt Kurt. Do not do anything to hurt Kurt Wagner in this one. So yeah, we'll. It's probably been of the 3 X-Men books, the 3 that I really read. This is number 2. Gives a good 90s vibe with some good, which some people say that's too of its time. It's not any good. I personally still think I like the gritty 90s vibe of the X-Men, and I like that they can continue to use that going forward. But they also have some modern storytelling elements added to it, to kind of give it the best of all generations, if you will. But yeah, it's a good book so far. It's not really in danger of being cut like Marauders was. So we'll see. X-Men, number 7. From there we get to the DC bounty, or a portion of this bounty, I should say. And we have Detective Comics, number 1020. The beginning of what looks like a Two-Face story arc, and Peter Tomasi has been killing it with every story arc from Deadshot to Mr. Freeze, and now we have Two-Face. I don't want to overrate this guy, because the more anybody praises a writer or a book or a character, anything, the more you hear me praise it, and then if it does not live up, if I keep putting it on a pedestal and it doesn't live up to your expectations, then you're going to just hate the guy or hate the book or hate whatever. So I kind of hope I'm not overrating Peter Tomasi on the Comic Shop Adventure, because I feel like he is an underappreciated and great writer, and I've never read a bad Peter Tomasi book, and that's what's got me so excited. And I encourage, that's the whole point of this video, I encourage all of you to go check out his work, be it his Superman stuff, his Green Lantern Corps stuff, this stuff here on Detective Comics, his Batman and Robin stuff from the New 52, all of it is great, in my opinion. I feel like he's done no wrong, and he's made characters that you feel are hard characters to write seem really, really well written since he's taken over on Detective Comics. And yeah, I think this is probably maybe not on Snyder's level, but this is probably a good for this character to have a great writer like Peter Tomasi writing these characters. And he's got me. While I was so up and down on Tom King, and I still overall enjoyed quite a bit of Tom King's work, I don't think he's holding the candle to what Tomasi's doing over on Detective. But that's just my opinion. I hope I'm not putting this man's work on too high of a pedestal. I kind of worry about that, but I still really dig it. Detective Comics, 1020. From there we go to Batman and Superman, number 7. We got Zod is back, Ra's back, and they're going to have to contend with Batman and Superman. So I'm really interested to see kind of how Bruce interacts with these characters. That's kind of what's gotten me the most excited about this book. I mean, we've seen across 2 different styles of movies and several different story arcs in comic books and on cartoons and everything. We've seen Superman. He's one of, Zod's one of his villains. So we've seen a lot of Superman Zod. I have never personally read or seen anything that has Batman dealing with Zod, and that's got me intrigued. That's got me pumped up. Hopefully it's good. To talk about Peter, not want to overrate Peter Tomasi. I hope I'm not overrating Joshua Williamson, because he's still a tremendous writer too. I feel he's another unsung hero in comics right now. But yeah, Batman interacting with Zod. Looking forward to it. Batman Superman, number 7. From there we go to Justice League Dark, number 20. Animal Man is coming to Justice League Dark, and I think this is enough to really keep it from staving off elimination. Animal Man's not one of my favorite characters, but I remember, because I am a Grant Morrison fan, despite me kind of being very critical of his Green Lantern run right now, I was a huge fan of his, so much that I went to that. This was Animal Man was the first hero that he really wrote in mainstream comics. So I went out and got the trade of Animal Man to check it out, and it's different, but I liked it. And it made me, I want to say, really seek out Animal Man, but it made me more aware of him and kind of, not really so much, like I said, I don't want to seek him out, but if he's there, I'm a little more interested. It made me realize there's more to his character than just what he is. He's a good fit, excuse me, he's a good fit for Justice League Dark, in my opinion, and we'll see what happens. Justice League Dark, number 20. And the final book in this week's bounty, we have Action Comics number 1020. And it's Bendis and John Romita Jr. It is the Marvel Legends together on Action Comics, of all things. It was, it's been cool so far, but I still, not really super duper into Mongol. So that's kind of hurt it, and and I've said it till I'm blue in the face. Kind of feel like Bendis should just be on one Superman title, and that one is the one that is Superman right now. But hey, it's it's surreal but cool seeing two people that we thought were Marvel till death writing the oldest DC comic book. That doesn't always necessarily mean that it's great, but it's kind of cool to see. So, it's not a bad book. It's, Brian Michael Bendis has made a lot of people like Superman again. So, for all my critiques, and all my critiques of some of his other writing of other characters, he's made some of the most cynical and jaded people with the ultimate cool to hate superhero, or come around on the ultimate cool to hate superhero. So, yeah, what can I say? Action Comics, number 1020. And that is it for me this week. Let me know what you picked up at your local comic shop in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, share, subscribe for more content, not just from the world of comic books, from the world of anime, gaming, pro wrestling, and all things geek culture. Go like my Facebook page at facebook.com/athleticgeek89. There you'll find every Thursday my collection comic of the week blog that is exclusive to my Facebook page. But other than that, I'm out. Y'all be cool. Later.